What's up guys, this is Elliot and you're watching Coin A Geek. I'm excited for this particular video because we are looking forward, not behind back at that crappy 2020 that we had, but forward, ahead to the rest of 2021 and the phenomenal games that it's going to bring. We've already gotten through January, man, it feels like we've flown by through this year already really quickly, but here are some of the best games that are coming out for the rest of 2021. Thanks for joining us.
I want to learn the ways of the Force and become a Jedi like my father.
Okay, let's get this out of the way. I'm a rather huge Star Wars fan. Few things in my life have influenced me more positively than the beloved George Lucas franchise. That's why, when publisher Eidos released the very first Star Wars LEGO game in 2005, it not only had my curiosity, it had my attention.
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope.
That boy is our last hope.
No, there is another.
Fast forward 15 plus years and 700 LEGO games later, and we find ourselves staring at what could be the quintessential LEGO game of our time. Once again, developer Traveller's Tales embarks on a mission to bring the charm and magic of both the LEGO and Star Wars franchises together in a final form that is sure to leave fans of both franchises smiling from ear to ear.
The Force will be with you, always.
Covering all 9 movies featured in the Star Wars saga, we can expect to see all of our fan favorites in their cutest and most high-definition form. We can also expect that this game will be fairly easy to access for both newcomers and non-gamers alike.
Punch it! Not him, the Falcon.
Expect there to be co-op, tons of missions, and a whole bevy of collectibles to enhance this charming and humorous take on the most famous space fantasy franchise of our time. LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga is set to charm our space pants off in early 2021 and will be available for all consoles.
I am a Jedi, like my father before me.
So be it, Jedi.
You all right back there? No way.
The Ratchet and Clank series has been a staple in the catalog of great first-party games the PlayStation has to offer, and this newest entry aims to continue that tradition. Taking place after the last entry in the series, Into the Nexus, Ratchet and Clank A Rift Apart looks to bring the same mix of platforming and action elements into the next generation with this PS5 exclusive.
How do I steer this thing? Ask nicely. Slow down, please. Alongside
better graphics and more dynamic controls, this game will allow Ratchet and Clank to travel in between dimensions in a matter of mere seconds thanks to the lightning-fast SSD. This feature looks to add a new level of immersion and creativity to an already wacky and fantastical franchise.
Well, it is certainly not good. Great!
If you've been following the series for a while, then you'll know to expect fantastic gameplay, excellent controls, and the same wacky sense of humor the franchise is known for.
To the depths with you! How many arms you got, beast? We've been boarded! Get off me, ship! I'll return!
Veteran developer Insomniac Games, also known for their smash hit Spider-Man games, is poised to have another winner on their hands. This is a game that everyone should keep their eye on, as it looks to be a showcase for Sony's new hardware. Ratchet and Clank A Rift Apart is scheduled to be released on the PlayStation 5 sometime in the first half of 2021.
Who?
This is a punishment, right? We're outgunned, outnumbered. I know I saw condors over there.
Okay. So I know I talked a lot of smack about this game when their less than impressive trailer first debuted, but come on, it's Halo. How can I not include it on this list? Halo may be the first-party title that's most important to Xbox owners, and it's certainly one of the most well-loved franchises in gaming history. So, with a new game on the horizon for Microsoft's shiny new Series consoles, developer 343 has their work cut out for them if they want to keep good old Master Chief relative in 2021. Not a lot is known about the plot of Infinite, but judging by the trailer, it seems as though Master Chief has found himself in yet another predicament after crash landing on what appears to be a Halo ring. We saw some gameplay of Chief blasting his way through hordes of familiar enemies, battling over lush landscapes, and mounting several different vehicles. Also, we were introduced to the game's main antagonist that seems very eager to go mano-a-mano in a battle to the death with Master Chief.
Set a fire in your heart, Spartan! Bare your fangs! Fight hard! I will.
Intense. Now, Halo Infinite suffered a major setback due to COVID-19, pushing the game into a 2021 release date. Sources seem to indicate that this may have been a blessing in disguise, as Infinite showed poorly upon its first presentation. Hopefully some additional time in the cooker can bring this franchise back to the glory it so deserves. As of now, we expect Halo Infinite to be released sometime later this year for the Xbox Series X and the Series S.
What?
You'll be safe here.
Polyphony's much-lauded racing title returns in this latest installment for the PlayStation 5. Widely known as the ultimate driving simulator, Gran Turismo has consistently been one of the best-selling franchises for Sony since the PlayStation 1. Boasting a fresh coat of ray-traced paint, 4K resolutions, and updated physics, Polyphony seeks to continue to improve on its already proven formula by providing the most realistic racing simulator you can own. Expect longtime fans to recognize tracks and game modes that have been throughout the history of the series. Newcomers can take advantage of the game's sport mode and its ability to customize the difficulty for a less sim style of gameplay if that finds itself intimidating for you. As of this recording, Sony has not given us a confirmed date for the game to be released, but we are expecting it to be released sometime for the PlayStation 5 in 2021.
And into the forest deep.
What is it with that creepy story?
It's just a local tale.
You're really into that stuff?
Quit being so paranoid.
In 2017, Capcom released a new Resident Evil game after an almost 6-year hiatus. That game was Resident Evil 7. With this release, Capcom managed to return the series back to its familiar survival horror roots, while at the same time introducing a first-person perspective. Resident Evil 7 was a major success, selling 8.7 million units worldwide and attracting a new generation of survival horror enthusiasts. After several successful remakes of their past classics, Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 3 respectively, Capcom is poised to try and catch lightning in a bottle twice with this direct sequel, Resident Evil Village. Taking place several years after the events of Resident Evil 7, Ethan Winter returns as the protagonist to face an entirely new set of execrable circumstances. Alongside him is longtime series regular Chris Redfield.
Sorry, Ethan.
What part Chris has to play in this game, we don't know yet for certain. What we do know is that Village promises to build upon its predecessor by offering a combination of thrills, action, and suspense through its unique Victorian macabre aesthetic. If you're at all curious about Resident Evil Village, there's a demo available for PlayStation 5 owners that will give you a good idea of the look and feel that Capcom is aiming for. Resident Evil Village is slated to release on May 7th for both current gen and last gen consoles, as well as PC. So, how can you improve on the most beloved sci-fi trilogy in all of gaming? It seems the answer to that question is to remaster it in full 4K 60 frames per second glory for the new generation of consoles. The Mass Effect trilogy set the bar for sci-fi RPGs by seamlessly incorporating fantastic gameplay, incredible world building, and unforgettable characters into a highly polished, easily digestible package. Taking place in the far future, mankind has discovered interplanetary travel in the form of giant warp stations known as Mass Effect relays. It is through using these relays that Commander Shepard and his crew voyage throughout the galaxy in an attempt to stop the Reapers from invading Earth and the rest of the galaxy. There's so much that can be said about this franchise that's already been written, so I'll just say if you've somehow never played it before and you're even kind of interested in story-based games, you'll be in for a treat. I can't wait to see how great these games look and play on the latest hardware. It's certainly going to be a collection worth owning. The compilation is expected to be released spring of this year for both the Xbox Series consoles and the PlayStation 5.
The old ones perished 1,000 years ago. Their great cities turned to graves.
Who would have expected that the same team who developed the dystopian sci-fi bro shooter Killzone would go on to produce one of the greatest games of the last generation? Guerrilla Games made a generational leap to the PlayStation 4 and entered into the ranks of being a Tier 1 developer with their masterpiece, Horizon Zero Dawn. Last year, we were given our first glimpse of Aloy in her newest adventure, Horizon Forbidden West. It is unknown just how long it's been since the events of the first game, but Forbidden West looks to continue its marvelous adventure by providing gamers with fresh looks at its world using breathtaking graphics and animation. Though we haven't seen straight gameplay footage yet, the in-engine real-time demo provides a look at what may be the most impressive-looking game of the new generation thus far. It remains to be seen what gameplay tweaks will be made and how the story will continue to be fleshed out, but if we've learned anything from the success of the first game, it's that we should not underestimate Guerrilla Games.
No secret I won't unlock.
Expectations are high for this one, and from what we've seen so far, we have little reason to doubt that they'll more than match those. Horizon Forbidden West is currently aimed to be released this holiday season for the PlayStation 5.
The time draws near.
The God of War franchise made a name for itself on PlayStation 2 by delivering one of the most over-the-top and engaging action franchises of all time. Its over-the-top and sometimes rather ghoulish level of violence is only matched by its equally crazy protagonist, Kratos. While God of War carried the torch for Sony Santa Monica through its first 3 games, God of War Ascension proved to be a big disappointment, one that had many gamers feeling as though Kratos had overstayed his welcome. The almighty half-god Spartan with a serious anger management problem had seemingly felt out of touch in a world where excessive gore and womanizing weren't seen in as keen a light as before. Sony Santa Monica had a problem on their hands, a problem that compounded the company's already troubled state. Having canceled a major AAA title that was far into development, Santa Monica had to pull Kratos out of retirement and back into the spotlight, maybe for one last time. This brings us to God of War 2018. Not so much of a remake as a reimagining, this new God of War brought a more grounded Kratos. This Kratos was a father and a mourning husband of a recently deceased spouse. The Greco-Roman backdrop was replaced with a Norse background, and much of the violence had been toned down to suit this more serious and even-keeled take at the franchise. Could Kratos yet again be the god of action games? The answer to this was a resounding yes. God of War won a number of awards from every major gaming outlet and sold over 10 million copies worldwide. Kratos was back. Flash forward to 2020 when it was revealed at Sony's PlayStation Experience show that God of War was getting a sequel, Ragnarok. Not only that, but it would be released in 2021. There isn't much known about Ragnarok except that it takes place directly after the 2018 God of War and is once again directed by Cory Barlog. It is fair to assume Kratos and his son will run into more Norse gods, including Thor, who was teased at the end of the last game. There's little doubt in my mind that Kratos will once again be crowned the god of action games.
What we please, boy.
That's what you get!
Boy, look at me! Look at me, boy! Boy!
Alright guys, what did you think of the list? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you hate me? Do you love me? What do you think? What's your favorite game that you're looking forward to? Don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps me out, helps the channel out. Share it with your friends, your family, whomever. Anything to do to get the word out. We'll see you guys next time, and until then, we'll leave a coin on the cabinet for you. Peace!